Alex Jones decided to sport the Hitler mustache for some reason that we're about to find out. Listen to what he said here. God, this has got to be the thumbnail image right here, right?
Right.
I got to redo the thumbnail.
I went in a grocery store this morning, and it was spectacular. Being a white guy that has German features, classical German features.
You mean white?
And with a Hitler mustache, and it was very interesting.
He went to a grocery store. Okay.
I could tell you it had a wild effect on women. I thought
your mother doesn't count, Alex.
They were about to start throwing their panties at me. And they didn't know why. They were looking at me because most modern women, even young ones, don't really even know even what Hitler is. But
Sorry?
People don't know who Hitler is or the most famous feature that he had.
They in the back of their head, they know what it is. So they got a guy with, kind of Lex Luthor meets Adolf Hitler looks with blue eyes, and they just didn't know what to do. They're like melting.
He's such a cringy human being. Oh my God. He's trying to defend this god-awful mustache. Listen to what he had to say about it in a drawn-out kind of. He explains how he arrived at the conclusion that he should put on the mustache.
So, I don't know. Maybe I should, for a while, just as a social experiment, keep the mustache. Well, what's everybody think? I kind of like my goatee beard. I've been just kind of experimenting. Everybody asked what that look was I had before. Who's the Marvel comic guy that has the knives that comes out of his hand?
Wolverine.
Like a wolf or Wolverine, yeah.
Does he not? Has he literally never heard of X-Men before? Also, yeah, it was a pretty good look, I thought. Alex Jones had a decent look with that beard.
I mean, it's better than his look now. That's for sure.
It's this one right here. This is what he's talking about.
The GMO foods, the electromagnetic radiation, through this cultural satanic attack.
Anyway, we don't need to listen to that. That one's starting out really well, though. He came out hot on that one.
Oh, my hair is gray all right here. It's still brown here. So I figured I'd shave down from where it was brown, white. Remember, I did that for a while, and it had that white and then into brown. People kind of thought that was interesting style. That was just me shaving, and no, let's see what that looks like. And this morning, again, I was about 5:30. I had complaints that my beard is prickly.
Okay.
And then I should, condition it, which I never did. So I'm conditioning it in the shower and all the rest of it. And then I'm going to trim it. I get the clipper out, and I'm zzz, and Mushu, the ragdoll cat, jumps up in between me, give me a kiss, hits it, and he goes, wah.
Okay, I could see a cat doing that for sure.
Cashmere was headbutting me really hard on my phone earlier, and I accidentally sent something I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
And he goes, wah, right down. I was like, oh my God. So I go, well, I got to cut my beard off. So I cut the beard off. I'm going to go with a mustache. And again, I was going to go hike with my workout partner, Sean Johnson. He saw it, started laughing. He said, he couldn't quit laughing. And I go, what? And he goes, dude, you look like a pedo. It's ridiculous. He goes, you got to cut that off.
So your reaction was to become Hitler?
I guess so.
I feel like you could have shaved it all. That would have been better.
It's really sad, honestly, this is obviously his attempt at we're getting attention, making a point. I don't know. But let me show you guys what I feel is this whole situation perfectly embodies. Sign up for my Patreon. I'd really appreciate that very much. It would mean so much to me. This is a really precarious moment in history, in U.S. history, and for me personally. So it would mean a lot if you sign up for my Patreon. Check out cultarchive.org. I did a cult test, basically, where you can see if you're in a cult, and you can look at the historical tests of other groups that already went through this. Also, check out my merch. I have a whole bunch of really cool shirts and stuff. Really interesting. I would really appreciate that. All right, here we go. This is what I was talking about.
Oh my God, these Trump people are fascists.
That attitude is what's pushing me to be a fascist.
Say what?
Might as well. You say I'm a Nazi, so fine. I'll be a Nazi if that makes you happy.
It doesn't.
I bought this Waffen SS uniform for Halloween. You'll cry offensive, so maybe I'll just wear it every day. I just hate to do this. I feel bullied, really. As
And
he's
he's-
shaving his head and getting a swastika tattoo.
On his
That
arm.
perfectly embodies what's going on right now with Alex Jones, right?
Yeah.
He goes, you got to cut that off. He goes, here, let's call my fiance up and see what she thinks. So he FaceTimes her. She goes, yeah, you lose it. And I said, all right, well, let me, because we were going to hike around my house today. There's a big green belt there. I said, let me go in the bathroom. He goes, wait, don't. Go Hitler. At least let me see it. It'd be a great stunt as a joke.
As a joke, a stunt.
I'm sorry, but like, I have dark humor, bro, really. Like, I have some dark humor for real. This isn't a joking matter, though. In all seriousness, I don't want to be the joke police. You can tell any joke you want, but I'm going to call you a scumbag. And shaving your mustache to represent one of the world's greatest mass murderers in human history isn't funny.
Also, a joke is supposed to have a punchline. There's supposed to be some hilarious aspect to this. He's not even like, I would be like, okay, maybe if he, did this and went, oh, ha ha ha, I'm whatever, like I'm Hitler. He shaved his mustache specifically to look like this, and he's keeping it. There was nothing funny about this. This wasn't intended to be funny, a joke, or anything else like that. He's doing it for attention, and he's trying to play it off.
And he's doing the comic. Oh, you guys are offended, so maybe I'll just go full Nazi. That's what's happening.
Started thinking, I was like, yeah, like a social experiment. Maybe just do it for a few days. And I go trim it, walk back out of the bathroom. He goes, damn, no, we got to take this stash back, call it the Jones now. This is a good looking mustache. He goes, you got to keep that. So that's how this happens. I may keep this for 6 months, actually, because I'm already the devil. I'm already Satan. I'm already all these things I never did.
Is this not the exact personification of this comic?
Because now you're saying I'm blah, 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 so I might as well be that.
And also, I've never supported Hitler. And I oppose all forms of totalitarian systems.
That's not true.
Clearly not.
I don't think Hitler is the worst totalitarian in history, but he's right up there in the top 3 or 4.
It's an interesting thought experiment about which one is the worst. I would say Kim Jong-un is probably the worst.
I could agree with that.
Hitler is unique in that he really believed what he was saying and doing, and that made him predictable. I don't think Kim Jong-un believes in anything that he's doing, and I think he knows how evil he is, and he's perfectly A-okay with that, which makes him more dangerous than Hitler because he's unpredictable. He literally, I think that this is the case with his uncle. There was one case, I believe it was with his uncle, where he took like a massive like mounted gun and unloaded on his uncle just for 3 minutes until the body literally liquefied. And then he fed the body to dogs publicly as a show of his strength. He is like evil does not even begin to touch Kim Jong-un, but that's beside the point. Genghis Khan is pretty bad. King Leopold was pretty bad, but I think Hitler may be number 2. I would say he's number 2. Anyway, he does support totalitarian regimes. Alex Jones does. He absolutely does. He's supporting one right now. Authoritarian regimes really is a better word for it. Totalitarian was used to describe the Nazi regime early on before they actually fully took power. They kept saying like they wanted to be a totalitarian government, which they were correct about. Anyway, Alex Jones, like, bro, I don't know what you're doing or why you think this is funny, but it's really not. And what do you think you're going to learn from this social experiment? I don't understand. Is this even a social experiment? Is there like an end goal in mind for this or what?
It would be more passable, still terrible, but more like, okay, fine, if he actually made a Holocaust joke, but he's literally just cosplaying Hitler. There's nothing to joke about with this. There's nothing that anyone from any side could say, oh, haha, that's hilarious.
No, it's just you're a scumbag, bottom line. Now check this clip out.
Within an hour, it's going to be Jones goes full Nazi, endorses Hitler.
I never said that. I think you're being a scumbag.
Now, when all these comedians do it, it's great, and they do it in movies, it's fine.
What comedians are doing this? And for the record, like, even if comedians were doing it, they're making a joke. But what is the joke? There's no joke here.
Comedians who do this don't shave their mustache and then just sit there and go out and say, well, everyone's gonna say blah, 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 blah.
I don't understand. Like, when did this happen? In what movie other than World War II movies? And I would be willing to bet that people in World War II era movies probably put on the fake mustache because they don't want to be caught with that, like in public after the movie or whatever.
People will make movies now with references to World War II or based on World War II or whatever. I guarantee anyone who finishes that movie, if they did shave their mustache like that, shaves it off.
I don't think they'd ever go in public with it because it's genuinely, like, really a travesty. Disgusting.
It would be really bad for press. No one would support them. They would lose a ton of roles.
Just evil.
But they think you're stupid. They will misrepresent and say that I am now a National Socialist.
I never said that. Nobody ever said that at any point.
National Socialist Workers Party. That is absolutely not true.
Okay. Anyway.
Then why, if none of that's true, then why is this your first main idea?
Attention. That's the best I got. Seems to me like it's pretty obvious that it's got to be about attention, right?
His beard got messed up and his mustache made him look like a pedophile, so he decided to look like someone who committed a genocide.
Next time, go with the pedo stash instead. Try that, because it's better than this. Anyway, tell me what you think about it in the comments. Disgusting. Dark humor is laughing with the victim. Ghoulish humor is laughing at the victim, right? Exactly.